Hi, welcome to the NFL Labs here at 540 ESPN. A lot of you have questions as to how I arrived at my predictions for the season, so we're going to go through this very quickly. Starting with Week 1, the Packers get a win in Philadelphia over the Eagles. Starts off really bad, Bear fans. You lose at home to Detroit. That's not good. Vikings, you get off to a good start. 37-24 win over the defending Super Bowl champs. Dallas, Indianapolis, who really cares? All right, Week 2. We're on to Week 2. The Packers barely hang on versus the Bills at home. Oh my God, the defense isn't very good. How about the Bears? They get their ass kicked by the Cowboys. How do you like 0-2, Bear fans? Detroit, you come back to earth. You lose to Philadelphia. Week 3. All right, the Packers, where are they? Still 3-0. The Vikings still 3-0 as well. The Packers with a win over the Bears. The Bears are 0-3. Enjoy that. How about the Vikings? They kicked the living crap out of the Detroit Lions. All right, let's move on to Week 4. If we can find Week 4. There's Week 4. Week 4's under here somewhere. All right, Week 4. The Packers a win over Detroit. The Lions are hapless. The Packers go to 4-0. The Lions go to 1-3. Meanwhile, where are the Bears? They're 0-4. They just lost to the G-Men. They lost to the Giants at the New Meadowlands Stadium. Moving right along, Week 5. The Packers, 35-24 winners over the Washington Redskins. They end up going 5-0. The Vikings, a much-needed bye week there at 3-1. The Bears, 0-5. You wonder how you got to 3-13? Because you started off at 0-5. Moving along to Week 6. Let's see. The Packers, first loss of the season. I think the Dolphins are actually going to be pretty good this season. The Cowboys, they continue to roll. They beat the Vikings. They hand them their second loss of the season. The Bears, they actually got a win over the hapless Seahawks. Moving on to Week 7. The Packers, 28-24 winners over the Vikings. 51-0. 51-0. Can you believe that? Who else calls 51-0? I've completely lost my mind. Moving right along. You know what? Weeks 8, 9, 10, 11, they're all sticking together. Let's move on to Week 12. All the way in Week 12, the Packers are now 7-4. The Vikings at 7-4. The Lions at 3-8. The Bears at 2-8. The Bears completely out of it. How about, let's look at the Bengals, 8-3. We're loving it. Get your popcorn ready. We can watch Ocho Cinco and T.O. They're all getting along right now, right? Wrong. 8-4 now. They lost it that week. They're 8-4. They see there come the Baltimore Ravens. They're catching up to them. The Packers and the Vikings, both 8-4. They're hanging on. There's a battle in the NFC North. Week 13. Here we are in Week 13. The Bears, another win. Look at this. They shocked the Patriots. How about that, Bear fans? Is that going to save Lovie Smith's job? Is that going to drive you absolutely insane? The Packers, a huge win. 42-21 over Detroit. Packers 9-4. Vikings 9-4. Detroit, they've got a tie in there. They tied the Jets at some point in those weeks where I ripped off a whole bunch at the same time. Week 15. Getting down to the nitty-gritty, right? Packers get crushed by New England. Is it all over? Hell no, it's not all over. The Vikings smack the living crap out of the Chicago Bears. Moving on to Week 16. Week 16. The Bears, they lose to the Jets that time. They couldn't even beat the team that Detroit tied. Houston, Denver, who cares? Where are the Packers? The Packers 35-24 winners over the Giants. Moving on to Week 17. It's supposed to all of a sudden matter more because the Bears are playing the Packers. It won't. Brandon Jackson will have another huge game like he always does in games that don't matter. 27-17. Packers end up 11-5. Vikings end up 11-5. Packers win it on the tiebreaker, but then the third seed. So, we move on to the postseason. In the postseason, Packers beat the Falcons in the first round at Lambeau Field. Vikings on the road. They beat the Cardinals. Then the Packers beat New Orleans in New Orleans. The Vikings beat the Cowboys down at Texas Stadium. People are talking about firing Tony Romo. Sorry about that, Burlington. Then in the NFC Championship game, the Packers beat the Vikings. All this other stuff went on in the AFC. Who really cares about the AFC? The Vikings came out of the AFC. The Packers beat the Dolphins. The Packers beat the Dolphins 35-27. The Packers are your Super Bowl champs. And that's how it all worked out.